Hi everyone, my name is Alex and I'll be walking you guys through how to run a successful charity event. Um, the first thing to consider is this spreadsheet. So this spreadsheet basically summarizes a timeline and plan on how to run an event. The purpose of this whole training module is to go through each box here and provide a more detailed training. So what I'm doing now is just giving you guys a very brief overview, so you can have a overall picture of what needs to be done. Alright, so we'll get started. The first thing you'll notice is there's two colors, so there's green and there's orange. The green represents the more admin side of the event, so the planning, the admin, and the actual organizing. So for example, you can see things like preparing emails, doing volunteer responses, booking the MC, and then the orange part is the ticket selling, the volunteer management and motivation. And you can also see that we've had leader 1 and leader 2. From our experience, having two leaders at the top makes the job a lot easier for many reasons. So having someone to support you anytime there's ideas, you have someone to bounce off. And I guess generally, if one person finishes ahead of time, there's someone else who can you can help out. And the opposite of that as well, if you're struggling, there's also someone else who can help you. And later on, we'll actually be going through a more detailed training on why working with pairs is very effective. Alright, so see this time, there's a timeline here, so 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, and then up to the event. The way I like to see it is your 6 months up to your 4 months is your planning time. So this is when you get the majority of your event actually organized. Then from your 3 months up to 1 week is when you do all your selling. And then 1 week and the event is when it's actually on, and that's the time where you pretty much have everything finalized. And then later on you have your post event. So what I'll do is go through each section very quickly, and like I said before, we're going to have individual training modules for each of these boxes. Okay, so 6 months beforehand, things you need to do is get your venue and date. One of the most important things, without a venue and a date, you can't really be drafting posters or sending out invitations yet. Preparing your media and emails, just standard responses. Volunteer responses, booking your MC, your VIPs. One thing to note with VIPs, you got to get them as early as possible. Most of their diaries are quite full, so it's quite important you do that early. Scouting for entertainment, donated items, auction, raffles, alcohol, program templates, trivia, payment system. Very important you finalize this early, so once people are interested, you just direct them to a payment system, get them to buy the ticket as soon as they can. Updating the website, organizing equipment, decoration plan, drafting the PowerPoint, poster, and raffle tickets. So all these things here, you'll notice that they're all in green, and they're all tasks that aren't reliant on having your tickets sold yet. So things you can easily prepare in advance. And although the list looks very long compared to everything else, we purposely did this to show you that these are the things you can do early, and it's advice that you do them early. Drafting your PowerPoint slides a week out from the event can create a lot of stress for yourself. So, like I said before, the earlier you do these things, the less stressful the next couple of months will be. Alright, so 5 months, you start recruiting your volunteers. Volunteers will be the lifeblood of selling all your tickets, which we'll talk about later. And you need to train your volunteers, teach them methods to sell, make sure that they have the confidence to sell as well, and so that'll make this whole selling period a lot more effective. Finalizing entertainment, finalizing the program, then you print your raffle tickets, print your posters, and finalize your alcohol. So this section, once you start selling tickets, it's important you have all your posters and raffle tickets organized, so then your sellers and your volunteers have the ability to sell. And because you have all your entertainment finalized here, there's a few selling points which your volunteers can use. And yeah, the rest of the discussing and selling. 1 month out, you need to finalize your trainings, your PowerPoint drafts, your decoration, and your program. You do your trainings and database updates before the actual event, because afterwards you probably won't have time. You'll probably be sleeping. Then 1 week out, this part here, you need to try and give yourself as much free time as possible. We know it's hard, but giving yourself free time allows you space to sort out any problems or any issues, and reduces the amount of stress on you. So here we continue selling tickets. We start to brief volunteers, brief VIPs, finalize inductions for volunteers, run sheet, get the seating charts organize alcohol delivery, print the programs, confirm numbers with venues. They usually need to know this at least 1 week in advance. And then on the night, things which you definitely need to be responsible for are the guest list, the running sheet, pre-briefing volunteers, setting up the venue, making sure your VIP hosts are looked after, and then you make sure there's enough alcohol and meals. And then post-event, send out thank you gifts or emails, and then you work out how much money you have here. And I guess something that's not written here, I think after event it's probably a good time to relax and just enjoy the thrill of organizing a good event.